Alright, Dawn War 2 Advanced. Learn about elites, economy, and unit upgrades. But yeah, I mean, the game, I like it, but it feels a whole lot more like, basically they reimagined the game again, like they did in Dawn War 2, from Dawn War 1. I mean, it's something that's solid mix between pretty much both Dawn War games. You know, it's an RTS on this. You know, it's an RTS like Dawn War 1, but it has RTT elements, like abilities and stuff, like Dawn War 2 did. But we'll continue playing. And we'll play real matches, see what it really is like. But yeah. But unfortunately.
Welcome to the second Dawn of War 3 tutorial.
All right.
This tutorial will cover elite units, resource capture, line unit upgrades, and advanced combat.
Yep.
We will begin by calling in an elite unit, Gabriel Angelos.
Alrighty.
Elite units are stronger than line units and possess powerful abilities. They are not deployed from base structures, but are equipped before a match and unlocked in battle by spending elite points. Deploy elite unit Gabriel Angelos to the battlefield.
That's interesting.
Brothers are ready to deploy at your word.
Yeah, very similar to the commander system in
Deploy elite unit Gabriel Angelos to the battlefield.
It's for it in.
Gabriel is a powerful melee unit with crowd control abilities. He will accompany your line units and give them a decisive advantage. Gabriel Angelos is deployed and ready for combat.
He looks a little oversized though.
Gabriel and your line units to locate a nearby resource point.
Well, again, you might be in super Terminator armor, which that isn't a thing.
Resource points will boost your income and allow you to further build your army.
I mean, he is in Terminator armor. You can tell by the fact that he's hunchbacked, but yeah, he's huge even for a Terminator. But yeah, this.
Use your forces to search for the resource point.
But this system is very similar to the commander system in Company Heroes 2, except it's much more customizable. You don't just pick a commander. You pick.
Use your forces to search for the resource point. The foe is in heavy cover. Kill the enemies blocking the path to get to the resource point.
But you can customize your elite units very similar to the campaign of Dawn War 2 actually. Because Dawn War 2 campaign you had, basically you just customize your guys throughout the campaign. You customize your squad throughout the campaign, which is
the enemy is now out of your way. Press further to the resource point.
Alright.
I am Gabriel. It is done.
Tactical Marine taking the point.
There's the resource point. Move your units inside the resource point's capture radius in order to capture the point. Your units must remain within the capture radius until the capture timer is full in order to own the resource point. The point is yours.
Alrighty.
You cannot gain resources from a point until you upgrade it with an add-on. Purchase the Requisition add-on by clicking the Requisition add-on button over the resource point.
Okay, so you have full control of your resource points, at least the neutral ones. Again, very similar to Company Heroes 2.
He who fights with me shall be my brother.
The Requisition Generator boosts the amount of requisition you gain from a point. Requisition is the resource used for purchasing vehicle upgrades and infantry units.
Okay.
A power generator is the second type of resource add-on that you can construct. Power is the resource used to construct infantry upgrades and vehicle units.
Huh.
Upgrades and unit purchases require a little of both of these resources. The Requisition Generator is finished. You will now gain requisition from this resource point. Let us further increase the requisition we are getting from this add-on by purchasing the point's resource upgrade. When your point is done upgrading, the amount of resources it generates will be increased.
You're just like the original Dawn War?
Enemies are on their way to attack your resource point. Move Gabriel to the entry point to guard the area.
Chapter command shall be done.
Tactical squad. Ready. Moving from hiding.
You were there?
You have marching there now.
Kill the enemy.
Tactical marines ready. Yes, command.
Okay.
The fight of the blood movement.
Go ahead.
Yes, I covered.
We've completed a power generator.
Nice. Oh, the camera the server downgrade. It's almost like the StarCraft camera, in which that it gets the job done.
Damage to his health.
Oh no.
Base buildings have an ability called Healing Aura that heals elites. Out of combat elites that stand next to a base building will have their health restored.
Okay.
Move Gabriel next to your base building to heal him.
Yeah, that's what the ring's for, alright.
Move Gabriel next to your base building to heal him.
Also, I wonder why they made Gabriel walk funny. I mean, they kind of did that in Dawn War 1, but that could just be explained away by the fact that it's an old game. But this game appears to be locked at 60, in case you're wondering.
You have my doing it now.
Is he not healed?
Gabriel has been healed and is ready to return to the battle.
Alright.
We must now take the fight to the enemy. We will
Alrighty.
use scout squads to track down the enemy. Deploy 2 scout squads from the barracks.
Oh, they moved up here.
Scouts are stealth units with a large line of sight. Stealth units can only be sighted by enemy detector units.
Okay.
You have your first squad of scouts. Deploy 1 more. All builder units, such as the servitor, have the ability to detect stealth units.
That's good now.
Your scout squads are ready. Before we take your infantry into battle, we will upgrade their attack strength at the arsenal building. The arsenal is the Space Marines' upgrade structure. Use your servitor to construct the arsenal. You can locate your servitor by double-clicking the servitor's portrait in your unit queue.
Ah, that's cheating. It's down here all the way.
Initiating arsenal deployment.
Overall, I'm looking at the game so far. Even though it does feel a bit like a watered down version of Dawn War 1 and 2, though. And Company Heroes 2 as well. That could just be from the
With
beta.
the arsenal finished, you can now purchase upgrades for your line units.
And
New abilities for some line units can also be purchased from an upgrade structure.
okay.
With an upgrade structure, you can purchase health and damage upgrades for your line units. Purchase the infantry damage upgrade from the arsenal. The infantry damage upgrade boosts the damage of basic infantry units. Building an arsenal also gives your tactical marine squads the ability to upgrade themselves with powerful late-game weaponry. We will now upgrade a tactical marine squad with the plasma gun upgrade.
Okay.
Select a tactical marine squad and left-click the plasma gun upgrade.
Now these abilities, or the ability to
Plasma guns are powerful ranged weapons that fire more rapidly while stationary. If they sustain fire too long while stationary, their guns will overheat and have to cool before resuming fire.
Alright. Luckily they don't blow up in your hands like that, or, well, luckily they're
Now
smart
that
enough to
your
use
army
them.
is upgraded, use it to investigate the hostile area outside of your base.
Okay, like I was saying, luckily it doesn't blow up in your...
Remember to use your scout squad's stealth capabilities to scout ahead.
Requisition.
Okay, like I was saying, luckily it doesn't have a random chance of blowing up in your hands like it does in the tabletop. Which is because these things have been in use for 10,000 years, and the designs have kind of slopped off from then. Which fun with him? Oh.
There are enemies ahead. However, there is a patch of stealth cover you can use to hide your units. Units inside stealth cover are hidden from view from enemy units outside of it. This allows your units to scout what lies behind stealth cover without revealing themselves to enemies on the other side. Enemy units can gain sight of your units only if they enter the stealth cover with your units.
Okay.
Use stealth cover to ambush your enemies.
Plasma team ready. Understood.
Well, yeah, basically, they had the tactical marine, or your marines had the natural ability to upgrade their guns, or to get different guns. And in the original game, in which in Dawn War 2 they split them off into separate squads like they are on the tabletop.
Use stealth cover to ambush your enemies.
Yes. Good. Okay, you don't have
I will carry out this
packs.
plan.
Name your target, it shall be done as you like it.
Over here, we're in front of him, and then Gabriel,
I understand. Setting forth
then tacticals, and then scouts.
The area ahead is treacherous. Use your scouts to scout out any hostile enemies ahead. Do not let your scouts become detected.
But yeah,
There may be enemies inside that stealth cover. Use your camouflaged scouts to safely scout any enemies in the stealth cover. Kill
okay.
the enemies you find.
Because they're always stealth. They can get in. They stealth cover with them. Oh, we forget, bro.
He who fights, no respite.
Kill the enemies you find in the stealth cover.
It is my pleasure, brothers. Command as instructed.
Enemy target neutralized.
Also, the reason why I
There's
think...
an enemy force up ahead. Scout out the enemy force on the upper platform.
Also, another reason why I may think this game is a little... is simplified is because we are playing the tutorial.
Go ahead, Command. By your leave, we embark.
Ready. Doing it now.
The enemy has captured the next resource point and built a listening post to protect it. A listening post is a structure with a ranged weapon that also protects resource add-ons from damage. Before you can destroy enemy add-ons or capture an enemy point, you must first destroy the listening post that protects it.
Right.
Once the listening post is gone, you can destroy the enemy add-ons and take the point for yourself. Destroy the listening post.
The Emperor lights our... Let
You
them
get rid of over there.
Command target acquired.
It is my pleasure to help
Press!
you. Mercy.
Oh, yeah, the firing.
Relocate.
Move on.
Destroy the listening post.
We'll seize it.
Angelos, dead men walking.
Yes, sire.
We're done with that.
Yeah, I'll work on that.
Don't let all
a really nice plasma gun effects.
Seizing ground.
The listening post is destroyed, and the resource point is now vulnerable to capture.
Yep.
Capture the resource point.
Tactical
Grab
squad
this.
entering concealment.
We serve the chapter. Very good, my lord.
Tactical Marines under concealment. Tactical squad on the move.
I even tells you your even next to your mouse tells you
Tactical
if that's silver or not.
Name your target. We'll take it. Quietly.
Easy task.
Well done. This completes your second Dawn of War 3 tutorial.
Alrighty.
You are ready to proceed to the last tutorial, which centers around Dawn of War 3 multiplayer.
Right. Let's see how that works. But yeah, I mean, it definitely does feel like an evolution of Relic games. Not necessarily an evolution of Dawn of War. Like, I mean, if this had a War 2 paint job, basically if this had a War 2 paint job, you could easily call it Company Heroes 3. So yeah, or it could just be a different game altogether, and you can just call it be a war game, or be a fantasy game, or be a sci-fi, or be a different sci-fi, be a different sci-fi game other than Warhammer 40K, and it would make sense. But that's it. I mean, so far it doesn't really feel all that. I mean, it feels Dawn of War as much as Dawn of War 2 feels like Dawn of War 1. However, actually, this is technically true. It feels even more different than Dawn of War 2 to Dawn of War 1, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But yeah. But anyway, the third tutorial, Dawn of War 3 multiplayer. Learn the mechanics of the power core game mode and multiplayer. All right.